So today's video is going to be about why is it so hard to lose weight, and I'm just going to share a few quick tips and tricks that you can follow that will help you on your weight loss journey. So this is going to be a real quick one, nothing too long. So first of all, setting a routine. A routine is very important. I cannot function without a routine. If I don't have a routine, my life is a mess. So decide what time you want to work out, and decide also when's the best time to meal prep, which I will go over about meal prepping in a little bit later in the video. But yeah, just figure out when you want to work out, and you need to do that on all the days that you want to work out. You need to follow that through every time. And about after 2 weeks of consistently doing that, it's going to get so much easier, and it's just going to be like second nature. So you just set that routine for yourself, schedule your time properly, and by the time you know it, man, it's like it's just part of your life. Like it's like taking a shit. Now, I want to talk about drinking your calories. Drinking your calories is a terrible thing to do. I used to do it, especially with protein shakes. Now, I've got nothing against protein shakes. I think they're a great source, but unless if you're very busy, that's something that's good for you to do. But for the most part, I would try to avoid drinking the calories, because I had a protein shake that was really low in fat and decent in carbs, but the protein was about 100 grams of protein. So I was taking almost 2/3 of my protein intake, and within an hour, I was starving. So that's not a good thing. And that was like my first meal. So that's something to think about. Drinking your calories is just not a good thing. Try to avoid the sugary stuff as well, like the Cokes. That's not going to do you any good. Just drink water. Obviously, you have your other alternatives like Diet Coke. I've tried Zevias. I love Zevias. I actually prefer that than the Diet Cokes. What else? There's sweet tea, sugar-free. There's so many out there, but just drink those in moderate. I still would only recommend drinking like one of those a day. I see still people drinking like 2 to 3 Diet Cokes a day, and I just don't think that's good for you. I know it says 0 calories, but it's not. And I think it's aspartame, I think it's aspartame. I'm not too sure, but that stuff is really not good for you. It's not good for the gut. So again, it's a better alternative than drinking actual Coke, but I would just not drink so much of it. Avoid drinking that. Water is the best thing you can drink, and obviously consume your electrolytes. Now, another thing you guys need to do is get rid of unhealthy snacks in your house. Yeah, I get that you want to have like maybe a little cheat every once in a while, but having access to stuff that's not good for you, it's going to end up leading to binge eating, and that's just not in our goals. We don't want to do that. So if you want to go out to eat, there's nothing wrong going out and eating, but you have to. I think that's the whole point of not having nothing in the house, is that if you want something, you're gonna have to go get your ass out of the house to go get it. And a lot of times you're not gonna do that. So you're gonna stick to your diet routine, which is gonna keep you on track to losing that weight, and that's very good. So get rid of all the unwanted snacks and temptations. You don't need them. Now, simple is better. I want to talk about simple is better, because what I mean by that is when it comes to meal prepping, I get you want variety, and I love variety. I have a palette of so much flavor, it's not even funny. Like, I want to be tasting different things constantly, and I still do that within my simple meal preps, but I keep my meal preps super simple. I mean, all I have is a carton of egg whites, which contain a whole carton, which contains about 50 grams of protein, and then I have a pound of ground beef, which is almost 100 grams of protein. So right there, I basically almost have my entire protein intake, and I'm still left over with about 450 calories. So I can have myself a nice little snack on what I want. And it's very easy. Ground beef, egg whites, boom, I'm done. And this is more on when I'm on a cut. Whenever I'm on a maintenance, I'm a little bit more lenient. I'm actually eating a high fat diet, but When it's time to get serious and lose weight, egg whites and lean ground beef. You can do chicken as well, turkey, bison. All those are great. But keeping it super simple, I'm telling you now, it's you cook it so much faster. There's less variety to mess with, and you just gulp it down and then you're done. And again, majority of the protein intake is already consumed, and you have leftover calories where you can enjoy yourself. I have usually at the end of the day, I'll have like a bowl of fruit, or I'll have some protein ice cream. It's great. So just something to think about. Keeping the meal prep so simple, it's gonna make your life so much easier, guys. Especially if you don't like cooking. It's funny. I love cooking, but I don't love cooking. It's a contradiction in my life, but there's some days I just don't want to cook. So that's just something to think about. Now, when it comes to having a constant reminder, now a constant reminder is something that I used in the very beginning. Now I don't really use it that much, but I had this photo of me, which it's probably on my, you've seen it, I've shared it a couple times already, but it's basically at my biggest. I was weighing around 230 pounds, and every day I would look at that photo and I just kept reminding myself what a lazy fat piece of shit I am. And every day as soon as I was done working out, I actually look at myself in the mirror shirtless, and I would insult the shit out of myself. I just talk shit and saying, man, you're a lazy piece of shit. I don't know how in the hell you're gonna lose all this weight. And I just battered myself. And now I don't agree you should do that to yourself, but setting a reminder, as in, if you need to take a picture of yourself, place it in the mirror, and just look at it every day. And it's like, I don't want to be that. I need to be better. Or telling yourself, like, especially if you have kids, like, do you want to actually see your kids grow up? Do you want to see your kids have grandkids? Like, that's something to think about. Like, you being unhealthy, you're gonna have a heart attack one day and you're not gonna be able to do anything. Or hell, like, maybe you want to walk your daughter down the aisle and you're not in the best shape possible, and you probably won't even see it. Like, that's something that would kill me inside. And that's something you should think about as well, especially if you have children. Like, I couldn't do that with my kids. So having something as a goal, something to keep pushing you, a drive, whether you want to, be in better shape for your family, your friends, it doesn't really matter. For yourself is the most important thing, honestly. But finding something that gives you a drive, that's all you need. So yeah, these are like the basic tips and tricks that I follow that helps me continue my weight loss journey. And I guess one more thing I guess I could help you guys out with is when it comes to counting your calories, maintenance, or even going on bulks. There's a little formula that I follow that I actually learned from Alex Ramonzi, and basically he has a scale starting from 21 all the way down to 7, and they go in increments of 3. So from 21 to 19, it's extreme weight gain, and then from obviously 18 to 16, it's moderate weight gain, and then from 15 to 13, it's a maintenance, and from 12 to 10, weight loss, and extreme weight loss, obviously from 9 to 7, which I would not do. It's just a little too much. I think that's for someone more experienced, in my opinion. I'm not there yet. Even though I've been working out for already over 4 years, I still don't consider myself that experienced. But yeah, so based off those numbers that I just gave you, which will still be right here, all you do is multiply whatever you want to, whatever goal you want. So let's say we want to do a moderate weight loss, and we're going to do 10 just because it's the easiest to do math with. And my weight right now is 160 pounds, and I want to lose weight. So all I have to do is multiply my weight, which is 160 pounds, times 10, which is 1,600. That is my caloric intake for a deficit. All I got to do is stick to that. Don't go past that, and that's it. You lose weight instantly. It's so simple. It's not complicated. Especially if you're a beginner, you don't really need to worry about the macros when it comes to the fats and carbs. I think that's really more meant for bodybuilders and competitors, stuff like that. I think for someone who's just trying to lose weight, just make sure you're getting the protein. 1 pound for every pound you weigh, 1 gram of protein. Minimum amount of protein, 0.8. So just put that into factor. And as long as you're getting your protein intake and keeping your calories where it's supposed to be, you're gonna lose weight. And it goes the same way with bulking. If you want to bulk, you can do the same thing. And when it comes to bulking, I don't recommend dirty bulking. It's just gonna complicate things. You're just gonna get fat. If you do a clean bulk with clean food, high protein, extremely high protein, you're gonna get a lot of good benefits out of that. So that's just something to take in, think about. And then again, the maintenance. If you're happy with where your weight is, or once you get to the weight that you want, now you got to recalibrate and then redo the math based off the new weight that you're at, and just maintain the weight. And it's that simple. So with all that said, guys, I think that is it for this video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.